I am ready.
All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to Wellness Wednesday. Today you are in for a special treat as our very own Kara Heinrich is going to be teaching us a little bit about yoga. She's going to teach us some deep breathing techniques. To Wellness Wednesday. It's going to be amazing. So everybody hang tight. It's going to be just such a wonderful, relaxing time. And Kara, I'm going to let you take over and just introduce yourself and get us all set up. So thank you. Thank you so much for doing this for our team and allowing us to partake in your many great talents.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Yoga has changed my life. I started practicing yoga in 2010, and then I decided to become a teacher in 2014, and I went through the Himalayan Institute, and I'm trained in Hatha Level 1 yoga. I can teach Hatha 2 yoga too, but we're going to do a well-rounded Hatha 1 yoga practice tonight. So if you have a moment now, you can, if you don't have a pillow or a yoga block, just have one nearby for at the end. We'll put it underneath our lower back for our inversion, and just have some water nearby. It's optimal to not drink so much water during your practice because we don't want to interfere with our digestion. But if you are feeling hot and you need to take a break, please take a break. This is our gift. This is Nutritional Frontiers' gift to our clients, to our work family, because we all know that we are sort of stretching and growing and working in different ways right now, and we all can use some peace. So if you are, I always offer modifications, but if you feel like this is just too much, I can't do this position, you can always go into Child's Pose, which is just your bum on your heels, your knees are together, and you stretch out your arms and lower your forehead down to the mat like this. And you can just rest there, and let's focus, try to keep your breathing through your nostrils, not through your mouth, and a real nice quiet breath. Okay, so first we're going to start off in Crocodile Pose, and that's on your bellies, Makarasana. So you're on your bellies, and I'm going to move that, and your toes are pointed out into opposite directions, and you're slightly up on your forearms. So your chest is elevated, and then you're going to lower your forehead into your forearms. Your chest is slightly elevated off of the mat. And I want you to just relax into the mat, okay? Notice the skin, notice your clothing that's on your body right now. You are digesting everything that you've been thinking about all day and just trying to process that. All that stuff will be there for you tomorrow. This is about you and your practice right now and just offering yourself some self-care. So your forehead is on your forearms here. And I want you to just focus on the breath now in the belly. And feel the breath expand like a balloon, pressing into the mat, and then exhaling and shrinking back towards the spine. Let's just stay here for 5 breaths. Good. And from here, let's lift up the head, bring the feet together. The tops of your feet are going to be pressing into the mat. Your pubic bone is going to be pressing into the mat. Bring your hands and place them at the chest level, also pressing into the mat. And bring your elbows nice and close to your torso. Your chin is tucked in towards your neck. You're going to inhale and exhale and just lift up into a little mini cobra. And continue to breathe. A lot of people will start to hold their breath here. I don't want you to do that. Try to focus on keeping on breathing, but a nice soft breath. And then lower down and let one cheek come down to the mat and just relax. Let the floor support your body. Take a nice breath. Return your gaze to the mat Inhale, exhale, lift up into your second Cobra. Remember to press down through the tops of your feet. Tuck your chin towards your neck because we don't want to have any strain in the neck. And then relax down and then turn your other cheek to the mat. And just notice that you might have some relief in the spine just from changing your position. Good. Return your gaze back to the mat. Inhale, exhale, lift up into your third Cobra. And you might feel like a little bit more energy coming into your body now on that third Cobra. So maybe you're lifting up a little bit further. Maybe you're pressing down a little bit more through the palms of your hands and your finger pads. And then relax down to the mat. And let's come into our first child's pose. So you just lift up onto all fours. You can have your knees together or wide apart. Settle your bum down into your heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you. And breathe for 3 breaths. Good. Lift up the head. You're going to come back up onto all fours or tabletop. So what's really important now is our alignment. I want you to check your wrists and make sure that your wrists are just below your shoulders and that your knees are just below your hips. And we're going to come into cat-cow posture. And with cat-cow, you'll inhale, and then on the first exhale, you'll shrink your belly towards your spine, rounding your back like a Halloween cat. And then you'll inhale, coming into cow, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, shrinking the belly towards your spine. Inhale, fill up the belly and look up towards the ceiling. Let's do this for 10. And make it nice and slow, intention filled. Let's do one more. Fill up the belly, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, shrinking the belly towards the spine like a Halloween cat. Okay, and then return to a neutral position in tabletop. You're going to bring your left knee in just a little bit and bring your right leg back and dig your toes into the floor or the mat. Give it a good stretch for the big muscles in the back of the legs. And then you're going to elevate that right leg up. Flex the foot as if you're holding up that back wall. Stretch up the left arm. Lift up the thumb so it's raised up towards the ceiling. And keep your gaze on the mat. We want your neck to be in line with your spine. Breathe for 4. Okay. On the exhale, keep your arms extended, your arm and leg extended out. And on the inhale, bring it in. Inhale, exhale, stretch out. Inhale, stretch out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And return down to the mat. Just notice all that energy flowing through the arm, through the right leg. Bring the right knee in just a little bit. Bring the left leg back and move that pillow. Dig the toes into the floor. Good stretch for the big muscles in the back of the legs. Elevate that left leg up. Flex the foot. Extend up the right arm. Thumb reaching up towards the ceiling. Again, you're gazing down towards the mat. And breathe for 4. Good. Exhale on the stretch out. Inhale, bring elbow to knee. Exhale, stretch out. Elbow to knee. Exhale, stretch out. One more. Good. And then lower down to the mat. And then from here, we're just going to do a little warm up for the hips. We want the hips to be opened up. Most of us sit at a desk all day or at a computer, and they call the hip area the junk drawer of the body. So we want to warm that up. We want to get rid of all that stuff, right? Okay, so you're in tabletop, like a fire hydrant, or Jane Fonda used to say. We're just going to open this up and do some circles. Warming up the hip. Reverse the circle. And you can make it a nice small circle. It doesn't have to be big. If you're feeling lethargic or fatigued, just let it be a nice small circle. Good. Bring it down. And let's do it on the other side. Circle. Keep your gaze on the mat so there's no strain in the neck. And reverse the circle. One more. Good. Now we're going to work on the shoulders a little bit before we start to move into our downward dog. Come down onto forearms. And again, let's check our alignment. Make sure that the elbows are directly underneath our shoulder joints. Your fingers are spread out. Curl the toes into the mat. Lift up the bum. Your heels can stay up off of the floor. Okay? Your head just naturally tucks down. And you start to feel all of your weight really being supported by your forearms. And just breathe here for 3. Good. Bring down the knees. Come back into child's pose just for a relaxation breath. Walk hand over hand to the left. Nice side stretch for the right side of the body. Walk hand over hand to the center of the mat. And then over to the right. Nice side stretch for the left side of the body. Good. Walk hand over hand. Okay. We're going to curl the toes under, lift up the bum, curl the toes under, come back into your first downward dog. And so the heels might be really raised up off of the mat right now. That's okay. And you can just slowly pedal them out. Lift up both heels and then slowly come down into the mat, pressing through the palms of the hands. Lift up the tailbone just a little bit further towards the ceiling. Feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Just let the head dangle. Okay, bring the right foot in just a step. Lift up the left leg. 3-legged dog. We're going to open up the hip, bend the left knee, and you can circle the ankle at the top and look underneath your left armpit. With a nice hip opener. Reverse the circle in your ankle. Good. Stretch up the leg, then level out the hips. Lift up the leg a little bit further, and then bring it down. Okay, bring the right foot out. Bring the left foot in just a little. Lift up the right leg. Open up the hip. Look underneath your right armpit. Bend the right knee and circle. Good. Stretch up the leg. Level out the hips. Lift up a little bit further. And then bring it down. Okay. We're back in downward dog. Look up towards your hands, and we're going to take a walk. Take a stroll up towards your feet, coming into Uttanasana, or forward fold. So you're just dangling here. Head is dangling. Lift up the tailbone, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Walk your fingers like spiders over to the right side of the right foot. Lift up the left heel. Feel the stretch in the back of the right leg. Lower down the heel. Walk your fingers to the tops of the toes. Over to the left side of the left foot. Lift up the right heel. Good. Come back to the tops of the toes. Bend the knees and let's slowly come up. Some people get dizzy here, so just take your time with yourself here. Bring your arms all the way up. Look up towards the ceiling, little back bend up at the top. Bring down your hands through the eyebrow center to the heart center. Slight bow towards the fingertips. And right now you can just remain here with your eyes closed, making a small intention for yourself today. How do you want your body chemistry to change by the end of this practice? Do you want to feel more energy? Do you want to feel more connected spiritually? Or just balanced out emotionally? Okay, bring your arms down to your sides, and now we're in Tadasana. And we're going to roll the shoulders towards the back of the room. Your feet are just a little bit apart, shoulder width apart. Good. And then roll the shoulders towards the camera. Good. Lift up the right arm, nice tall stretch with the right arm, side bend to your left. So I'm going to be doing the opposite. You'll be going that way. Root down through the left foot, lift up the right foot, flex the foot. Little mini balance. And breathe for 3. Good, come on back down. Stretch up the left arm, nice tall stretch. Soften the shoulder. Don't let that shoulder creep up and become an earring. We want it nice and soft. And you're going to be going to the opposite direction, and I will be going to, you going to your right. I'll be going to my right. Root down through the right foot, lift up the left foot, flex the foot. And you'll notice, geez, you know, one side is a little funky than the other one. That's okay. That's what happens. It's no big deal. And bring it back down. Good. All right, now we're going to come into pyramid pose. So you're going to bring your right foot forward, the left foot back, and it's like you're on 2 railroad tracks, okay? Your hips are like 2 headlights facing forward. You're going to bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers, stretch them down that back leg, lift up the heart space. So it's almost like you imagine you've swallowed a flashlight, and it's right here, and it's boop, beaming up towards the ceiling. Lift up, and then you're going to forward fold like an ironing board. Just come to the halfway point. Tip the chin in towards the neck. That beam of light that we talked about, now it's at the base of the spine, all the way through the spine. You can lift up the arms if you want, feeling like you're going to crack a nut between your shoulder blades. Elongate through the spine, breathe. And then let go of the hands. Let the hands just frame your shins. Still you're at this halfway point. And then you can cave towards the front leg. And breathe. Forward folds are really, they should be very cooling to the brain. Now root down through the arches of the feet, lift up. And feel the engagement in the inner thighs, halfway point. Elongate through the spine. Press through the arches of the feet all the way up to standing. And we'll do it on the other side. So you bring your left foot forward, your right foot back. Again, hips like 2 headlights facing forward. Bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers, stretch them down that back leg. There's that flashlight that's in your chest, beaming up towards the ceiling. Forward fold just to the halfway point. You can feel your inner thigh start to engage. There's that beam of light from the tailbone all the way out through the spine. Tip the chin in towards the neck. You can lift up through the shoulder blades if that feels comfortable to you, and breathe. Let go of the hands, let them just frame the shin, and then cave. You can cave towards the shin. Good. Lift that back up, halfway point. Root down through the arches of the feet and come on up to standing. Good. All right. I'm going to bring the legs together. And now we're going to do some sun salutations. And again, these are very warming. So just take your time. I will offer some modifications as we go. You're going to come to the top of your mat, standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Bend the knees, raise the arms up all the way up towards the ceiling. Little back bend up at the top, forward fold like an ironing board again. Let yourself dangle, then come up halfway. Nice long spine. Bring the hands down to the mat, bend the knees, bring that right leg back. Bend the left leg, come into downward dog. Take a breath. From down dog, let's move through to plank. Engage the belly. Try not to let yourself sag through here. You're going to dump all your energy out. We want to lift that up, not too high, just at a plank level. Find the breath. And now we're going to do 8-point pose. That's bringing down your knees, then bend your elbows, your chest, kind of like an inchworm, scooch through to Cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Take a breath. Look up towards your hands. Bring that left foot forward. Then the right. Greet the sun. Little back bend up at the top. Forward fold. Halfway up. Hands on the mat. Right foot back. Then the left into down dog. Come through to plank. Again, engage the belly, but breathe. 8-point pose. That's knees, chest, chin, Cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Bring the right foot forward, then the left. Greet the sun. Okay, now we're going to add some funky stuff. Forward fold. Come up halfway. Hands on the mat. Bring that right foot back. Now you're in a high lunge. Press that right hand down right next to your left foot and twist to the side. Open up. And just take a breath here. Engage the right glute. Bring down the hand. Come back into down dog. Come through to plank. Again, breathing, strengthening the shoulders, engaging the belly. 8-point pose. That's knees, chest, chin, Cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Breathe, exhale. Bring the left foot forward, then the right, and let's greet the sun. Feeling nice and warm. Forward fold. Let's do the twist on the other side. Halfway up. Hands on the mat. Left foot back. Plant the left hand right next to the right foot. Twist to the right. Hope you can hear me. Engage the left glute. You feel your belly breathing against the right thigh. Just breathe. Good. Bring it down. Downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Come through to plank. 8-point pose. That's knees, chest, chin, Cobra. Curl the toes under, down dog. Another big exhale. Okay, looking up through the hands. We're going to bring the right foot forward. And then just bring up the left foot just a little bit. We're going to get ourselves ready for warrior one. Come on up. Again, our hips are like two headlights facing forward. You bend your right femur. Check your knee position. Make sure that it's above the right ankle. Your left toe is pointed up towards the left top corner of the mat. Bring up the arms. Soften the shoulders. And breathe. And you can look up if you want. If you're not feeling so active and you don't want your arms to be so stretched, you can bring it in goalposts. And breathe for 3. Bring the arms up. Let's come into warrior 2, and you're just going to change your footing. And your footing, instead of on railroad tracks, is now on that imaginary balance beam. Your pelvis is open. Arms parallel to the floor. And you're going to look out over the right fingertips. And breathe for 4. Lift up the right palm. Come back into reverse warrior, stretching up towards the ceiling. Good. Bring it back to warrior 2. And then from warrior 2, straighten the leg. Maybe adjust the footing just a little bit, one step up. Still wide-legged stance. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose now. So your pelvis is open. You're going to tilt your pelvis to the left, elongate through the spine, and just lower down. Your right hand will come to your shin, and your left arm will unfurl up towards the ceiling. What we don't want is to collapse. We want to have a nice long spine. So if that doesn't bring you down so far, that's okay. And just breathe for 4 breaths.
Boom.
Bend the right knee. Come on back to warrior 2. And then we're going to bring down the right elbow. Gently rest it on the right thigh. Sweep up the left arm. Push out through the outer edge of the left foot all the way up through the torso, out through the fingertips. Find the breath for 3. Good. Feeling some fire, some prana, some energy building in that right quad. Pivot in the right foot. Your feet are now facing the long side of the mat. We're going to come into a forward fold. Bring your middle finger and your thumb at the crease where your hips meet your legs. Forward fold. Nice and slow. And this will be really cooling after those strong warrior postures. So just let the head dangle. Maybe your hands come to the floor. Maybe they come to a block if you need one. And breathe. Good. Slowly come up. If you need a micro bend in the knees, bend the knees a little bit and then slowly come up. And then we're going to do warrior 2 on the other side. So pivot out the left foot. Again, you're on that imaginary balance beam. Your pelvis is open. Your arms are parallel to the floor. And you look out over the left fingertips. And try to imagine a nice long line right next to your spine to emulate. And breathe. Good. Lift up the left palm. Come back into reverse warrior. Good. Come back to warrior 2. Then you're just going to straighten that left leg. Bring the right foot up just a little bit. Still a wide-legged stance. We're going to do triangle pose on this side now. So you're going to tilt your pelvis to the right, lift up through the spine, drop down that left arm, stretch up through the right arm, and try to keep it a nice long line from the fingertip down through the arm, through the shoulder joints, down to the left leg. If you want an extra challenge, you can try to look up towards the thumb and focus on the thumb with both eyes. Not in the mood for a challenge, don't do it. And just breathe for 3. Good. And then you're going to bend the knee, readjust your footing, coming back into warrior 2. Find the breath. Let the left elbow just gently rest on the left thigh. Sweep up the right arm. Push out through the outer edge of the right foot, all the way through the leg, through the torso, out through the fingertips. And breathe for 3. Feeling some energy building in that quad. This energy we're building up, we're moving it all around our container, restoring us, nourishing our whole body, our organs. And then come on back up. Heel toe the feet together. Okay. Now we're going to do a balanced posture. Let's do tree posture. Vrikshasana. So you're going to stand in Tadasana first. Wiggle the toes. Really try to root down through the soles of the feet. Your hands can be at your waist. Root down through the left foot. Lift up the right knee. And then you're going to turn it out. And you're going to place it on the calf muscle. Some of you might be able to bring it to the inner thigh. Try to engage that inner thigh with the foot. The muscle meets the foot. They're creating a little foundation here. The pelvis, this is a foundation for your building. Your hands are at your heart center. Breathe. Grow your branches through the eyebrow space. Come on out. Try to avoid holding any tension in the neck or in the shoulders right now. And you might sway a little bit, that's okay. And just breathe here for 3. Good, bring it down through eyebrow space, knee to the center of the room, down to the floor and walk it out. You feel all that energy on the left side of the body. Let's try and move that energy, center it now in the middle of our body by just walking it out, shaking it out. And now we'll do tree posture on the other side. Hands on your waist. Root down through the right foot. Lift up through the left knee. Turn it out. Place it on the calf muscle or the inner thigh, just not the knee joint. We don't want to apply any extra pressure onto your joint. You're just going to focus on one unmoving point in front of you, called a drishti point. Grow your arms through your eyebrow space. Soften your shoulders. Find the breath for 3. Good. Come on back down through the eyebrow space to the heart center. Bring the knee to the center of the room, down to the floor, and just walk it out, shake it out. Okay. And from here, we're going to do Uttanasana, chair posture. So first you're standing in Tadasana. You're going to bend your knees, and you're going to see your big toes peeking out beyond your knees. And you're just lowering your seat. If you ski, this is a real familiar position for you, okay? And then from here, you're going to raise your arms up, soften your shoulders. If you're feeling really active, they can be really, really strong arms right now. If you're not feeling so active and you're a little fatigued, bring it down to goalposts or cactus. And breathe for 3. Bring your hands to heart center. Now we're going to twist. You're just going to twist to the right. Some folks can be really active here and nudge your left elbow just past your right thigh. That's too much. Just twist to the side. Just be careful that the knees are level, that not one is jutting out further than the other. And breathe. Come back to center. Twist to the left. Feeling some fire. Come on back to center and stand up. And you're just going to walk it out. Nice and warm. Okay. And then from here, standing into Tadasana, we're going to just lift up onto our toes. And then incorporate the arms. Lift them up to the front of the room and then the side. One more to the side and then to the front. Remain on your toes, bend your knees, and you're going to slowly come down to the mat. Now we're going to do some abdominals. So from here, let me just move this out. You're going to slowly ease yourself down onto the mat. Lower your forearms, then your whole spine. Stretch out your legs. We're going to do the fire series. It's just a real intention-filled leg lift. So you're just going to lift up one leg at a time. And I like to say, let's imagine that we have a rubber band wrapped around our ankle and it's tacked down to the floor. So you're kind of fighting against that resistance. Nice and slow. One more on each side. Now you can keep doing the alternate leg lifts, or if you're ready for a challenge, lift up both legs at the same time, nice and slow. And then lower down and keep breathing. Try not to hold in the breath. Again, let's do it again. One more. Good. Bring the legs all the way down. Bring the knees pointed up towards the ceiling. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of the mat. And then let's just windshield wiper the knees in, giving some relief to the lower back. Good. Now we're going to do the bicycle. And on a lot of fitness videos, you see people going so fast on the bicycle. I want this to be really intention-filled for you. So really engaging the belly, strengthening the GI tract and the abdominals. So you're going to bring your hands behind your head. You're going to stretch out the right leg, bring the right elbow to the left knee, and then slowly change up. Really slow. Flex the feet. One more on each side. Good. And lower down. Place your hands underneath your knees and just give yourself a hug. Settle down through the tailbone so you're not curling up so much. Feel your whole spine on the floor and then give yourself a hug. And then bring up your head. Feel like you're coming into a ball. Lower down the head. Then we're just gonna rock. Massaging the spine. This is called rocking chair. And come up to a seated position. Now we're gonna do upward Navasana, upward boat pose. So your knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. Your hands are gonna be underneath your knees. Take a breath. You're gonna lift up one leg at a time. You're engaging the belly, but you're still breathing at the same time. Supporting your knees with your hands here. Focus on that one unmoving point in front of you and breathe. You can stretch the arms out. Shift to the right. Come back to center. Shift to the left. Back to center. And then come to bound angle, Uttanasana, bringing your feet together. Interlace your fingers underneath your feet. Your knees are pointed out to either just direction. Just don't bounce. We often have done that as kids in gym class. Just keep it nice and steady. Nice tall spine, forward fold, opening up the hips. Come on back up to a seated position. We're going to come into Shavasana, bringing the right foot into the left thigh. Bring out the left hand as if you're holding a tray of glasses. You're going to bring it down alongside the leg or underneath the leg. And then you're going to rainbow that right arm up and over, head to toe. And breathe for 3. Good. Bring it back up. Okay. Stretch out the right leg. Bring that left foot in. Right arm comes out in front of you, holding that tray of glasses. Bring it down alongside the leg. Rainbow the left arm up and over towards the toes. Head to knee. And breathe. Good. And then bring it back up. Okay. Do a twist. So you're sitting in Tadasana or staff posture. Kneecaps are engaged, feet are slightly flexed. Bring the arms up. Forward fold, just come halfway. Nice long spine. And then all the way, you can grab a hold of the toes, let the head cave towards your knees. And then look out beyond the toes. Stretch the arms out as if you're going to paint 2 lines on that opposite wall. Stretch up. And then bring the arms down. Now we're going to come into our twist. Bring the right knee, give it a good hug right in front of you. You could cross it over if you want, or you can just keep it in nice and close to your left thigh. Hug your right knee with your left elbow. Bring that right hand behind you like a kickstand. Inhale, elongate the spine, flex that left foot, and exhale and twist to the right. And then slowly come back to center. Shake out the right leg, shake it out. Bring that left knee in. Give it a good squeeze or cross it over. Hug the left knee with the right elbow. Bring that left arm behind you like a kickstand. Inhale, elongate through the spine. Remember to flex that right foot. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Good. And then slowly undo. Undo the legs, wiggle it out. Okay, we're going to come into Pigeon Pose. And for folks who are not, if it's too much to do Pigeon Pose, the modification would be what I call the number 4, where you're on your back and you cross over your leg like a man would sit, okay? Lift up the left leg, that's creating a number 4. And you would snake your hands down through the space, interlace the fingers through, behind your left thigh, and then just feel the stretch, opening up that right hip. You can like nudge your right elbow into that right thigh. And for folks who want to do pigeon, let's start off in downward dog. Take a breath. Bring that left foot in just a little bit. Stretch up the right leg. Nice tall stretch. Bend the right knee. Bring the knee to the right wrist. Scooch down the pelvis. Top of the foot is on the mat. Here I am, what I call proud pigeon. Chest is lifting up. That flashlight that's in our chest is beaming up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to walk it through to pigeon prep on your forearms. Now, if you're doing this and you feel like you need a support, you can bring a pillow and put it underneath your right hip, like that, just if you think you want that support. Okay, you come down into pigeon prep. Take a breath. And then scooch all the way down to full pigeon. Let the forehead come down to the floor. Really opening up that right hip. And if you feel compromised, if you feel gripping here, just try to focus on the breath and imagine the breath. You're sending the breath to those areas that don't feel so great right now. Good. Lift up the head, come back to pigeon prep on your forearms. From your forearms, dig the toes, the left toes into the mat. Come up to proud pigeon. Actually, don't dig the toes in, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. And if you want, in proud pigeon, you can do this. You can stretch the left arm out, bring it back. If you want the extra quad stretch, you can lift up the left foot, grab a hold of the foot, and you can feel a nice stretch in the quad. If that's not for you, maybe just stay here and breathe for 3. Good. Lower down the leg. Now scooch the toes into the mat. Come back up to downward dog. And just pedal it out. And we'll do it on the other side. And same for if you want that modification with the number 4, you just switch legs. Stretch up the left leg. Bring in the knee. Bring it to the left wrist. Scooch down the torso. Coming into proud pigeon. Take a breath. If you need that support underneath your left hip, you can put a pillow there. Come down through pigeon prep on your forearms. And then all the way out to a full pigeon. Good. And bring it back to pigeon prep. Up to proud pigeon. From here, you can stay here, extend with that right arm out if you want, or you can lift up that right leg, bring back the right arm, grab a hold of the foot, just give it a good stretch. And then let go. And then just to ease out of this, you just kind of put all your weight on that left hip, sweep the feet forward. And then from here, we're going to do bridge pose. So you're going to lower down on your forearms, bring the whole spine down, keep the knees pointed up towards the ceiling. Your shoulders will stay on the floor, and we're going to do a pelvic tilt. And what that is, it's just like millimeters, just moving your pelvis, just millimeters internally. Your hips stay on the floor. So your pelvis just moves up and back towards the chest. I'm not going to see it. You're not going to really, you wouldn't be able to see it. You're going to take a breath, and then you're going to lift up the hips. Shoulders stay on the floor for this first one. Try not to let the knees like splay out, like those two railroad tracks, remember? And breathe. Good. Lower down the hips. Take a breath. Bring the feet nice and close to the glutes. One more time. Again, pelvic tilt, up and back towards the chest. Root down through the arches of the feet. Lift up through the hips. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can interlace the fingers underneath the bum and roll one shoulder and then the other. And you find that you're lifting up just a little bit further with the hips. Soften around the neck. Breathe. Okay, undo the shoulders one at a time. And then slowly lower down. Bring the knees in for a squeeze. Take a breath. Let's come into happy baby. Grab a hold of both feet and just rock back and forth. Okay. And we're just going to do a twist now. So you're going to extend the left leg. Keep that right knee bent. You're going to come out over the left leg. Stretch the arms out into a T. And then you can gaze out over the right arm. If you want, you can place your left hand on top of the right thigh if you want a little bit extra pressure. And you'll notice, I'm noticing my right shoulder just wants to pop up off the floor. With each breath, I want to settle that down into the floor. And breathe for 3. This is great for the liver. Good. Lift the head back up towards the ceiling. Bring the knee back in. Extend it out on the mat. Bring that left knee in. Give it a good squeeze. And you're just going to twist over the right leg. So I have my left knee in for a squeeze. I'm going to twist over the right leg. Arms extended out into a T. And you see how my shoulders popped up? I want it just to sink down really nicely, just gently with each breath. Maybe the right hand comes onto the left thigh, giving it a good twist. Good. Bring the knee back in. And then bring both knees up, pointed up towards the ceiling. Heel toe the feet out again towards the mat. Windshield wiper the knees in, giving some nice relief to the lower back. Now, if you have that pillow or a block, we're going to do an inverted action, Viparata Karani. So you're just going to lower down through your spine, place the block or the pillow underneath your sacrum. Okay? Your arms are at your sides. Make sure it's comfortable. Bring the knees to a right angle. And then slowly lift up. You can also do this with a couple of blankets right up against the wall and do legs up the wall. So now what's happening is all that lymphatic fluids that pool down around your feet all day, if you're on your feet a lot, are coming down. They're refreshing the GI tract. We did a lot of abdominals, a lot of core work. This should be really cooling. Okay, and then just lower down through the knees. Lower the feet down. And from here, we're going to prepare for Shavasana. And so Shavasana You should have a little blanket or maybe your t-shirt placed underneath your head. Shavasana is called corpse pose. So you're just laying down on your back. Let your arms come out to your sides. If you want to receive energy, you're feeling like you're energetic, you can keep your palms up. If you're feeling really quiet and you want to just sort of shut down a little bit, bring your palms down. Now I'm going to talk you through a guided relaxation. So you're going to remain in Shavasana. So now you're just noticing the sensations of your body, you're noticing your breath. Hopefully your breath is much quieter and you're creating a greater awareness internally. And I'm going to take you through a guided relaxation. So you can just close your eyes, starting at the top of the head. Allow the breath to be your guide. From the crown of the head, float through the center of the brain. Coming to the eyebrow center. From the eyebrow center, move the breath all the way down to the tip of the nose and just notice the breath at the tip of the nose. The coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. Allow the breath to travel back up towards the temples. Down along the hairline. Relax the jaw. Unclench the teeth, relax the tongue. Allow the breath to come to the throat center. From the throat center, the breath will travel across the collarbones to the shoulder joints. From the shoulder joints down through the upper arms, through the elbows, the lower arms. And watch as your breath travels to each fingertip and through the webbing of your hands, to each finger. Watch as the breath reverses its path, going back up through the arms. Traveling back up to the shoulder joints. And now envision a large letter V with the 2 points at the shoulders. And let the breath travel down to the point at the heart center. Just let the breath reside at the heart center. Observe the breath traveling through the sternum to the navel center. From the navel center, the breath travels to the pelvis. Through the hips, out through the quadriceps, the knee joints, calf muscle, through the ankles, and all the way out through the soles of the feet. Now the breath will just reverse the path. stretching up through the pelvic center, the navel center, the heart, the throat center, bring the breath to the eyebrow center, all the way out, back through the center of the brain, and out through the crown of the head. And now on your next breath, you're going to turn over into a fetal position and bring your arms out in front of you. Bring the palms of your hands together. And you can rub the palms of your hands together, get them nice and warm. And then you're going to place them over your eyes and just let the heat seep into your eye sockets and gently massage your eyebrow bones, your cheekbones. Slowly opening your eyes into your hands. And then you can gently, you're in a, laying down, just gently push up into a seated position. And if you have that pillow or a block, you could sit on the block. I want your hips to be slightly elevated than your knees. Okay, sit up nice and tall. And now I'm going to guide you through Nadi Shodhan. That's alternate nostril breathing. This is a great breath that a lot of yogis would do as they would go into their meditation. Yoga postures were done so that you could sit in long periods of time for meditation. So alternate nostril breathing goes like this. I'll demonstrate first. I like to stick out my pinky and my thumb, and often throughout the day, one side of your nose will have a dominant breath side than the other. So we're just cleansing the channels. So you're going to inhale with both, close off the right nostril, and exhale through the left. And this should be a really nice, quiet breath. Inhale through the left, close off the left nostril with the pinky, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close off the right, exhale through the left. And so I count on each exhale. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and that way. And you might want to, as you get the hang of this, you might want to close your eyes because it's like sneezing. It doesn't feel right to have your eyes open. Okay, so just be nice and comfortable. I'm going to demonstrate first. Now I'll talk you through it. Inhale through both, close off the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, 1, close off the right, exhale through the left. 1. Inhale through the left, close off the left, exhale through the right. 2. Inhale through the right, close off the right, exhale through the left. 2. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. 3. Just try to do this on your own. Good. You might feel some snot. Just wipe it away. You should have a tissue. I'm sorry. And hopefully you have a nice calming feeling, especially right here in the eyebrow center. And we're going to end our practice now. We're going to raise our arms up, all the way up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling. Bring the hands down through the eyebrow center to the heart center. And we can bow towards our fingertips. We are grateful for the good health in our bodies, the clarity in our minds, and for peace. And you can bring your thumbs up to your eyebrow center. And if you'd like to say the wish for peace with me, we'd say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. And forward fold to seal in the benefits of your practice. Namaste.
Wow.
Is that okay?
Awesome job.
I hope it was okay.
Kara, you are an amazing instructor. I have
Aw.
to
That was
say.
awesome.
Was it
So,
okay? I hope it was
That
good
was
for everybody.
beautiful. And we
I
had
loved
some
it.
people participating, although I couldn't see on YouTube. We did have a few followers that stayed with us the whole time, and we gained some, so that's great. And this will be here whenever you guys get stressed out. But it's about 8:11. We were going to talk about a few products with NF, if anybody wanted to volunteer their favorite calming products.
My
Don't make
favorite
mis-
product was when Spider-Man jumped on his dad's back there.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Then he woke him up twice too. So
I know, I saw that.
what a cute kid, huh?
Like when he was laying on the ground and he was sitting on top of him in cross-legged pose.
I'd
It
wait
was
for him to
great.
jump off the top rope on him, but
Yeah. Like Jimmy Superfly.
That's
Mike
so funny.
Mastracci. We'll ask
Well,
Mike
no,
Mastracci. Go ahead, Jamie.
no, I would say, Kara, that was beautiful. I just want to thank you so much. And you know me, I start thinking of ways to do this maybe once or twice a week.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. And it was great. And
I'd love to do that.
it tells me too how much I miss it and how tight I am.
Yeah.
You know, all
Yeah.
that walking, biking, and lifting, I'm really tight. So and
Yeah.
I do miss going to yoga. I was just starting to loosen up after a few months there. So thank you so much. This was great.
You're welcome. I love sharing this with everyone. And I know, when things get a little icky in my life, I know I can resort to Calm Day. That's one of our formulas that I like to use during the day if I'm feeling a little tense, along with, some breathing exercises. I also like our full spectrum hemp oil is really great, especially at night if I need something to, if I'm just racing through things of like the laundry list of things to do. That's one of my formulas. That's my favorite at night.
That's my favorite too, Kara. I like the full spectrum hemp extract. That works the best for me. The liquid.
Yeah, I like the liquid. Yeah, I love the mint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fresh breath and very calm. What about you, Miss Strachey? We never get to see you. The man behind the graphics.
What do you need? What do you want?
Your favorite calming product. Look how calm you are.
Calming product. Well, I don't really think it's a calming product, but I do have muscle spasms and twitching. So apparently I'm magnesium deficient. So if I take any of our magnesium products, that usually makes it go away. I also get headaches because I look at a screen all day. It helps with that too. So Mag Complete is a good one to go with. So check that out.
I like that one. Anybody else?
Yeah, I like the CBD cream. I know if I've worked out really hard, sometimes before bed, I can feel the soreness coming on a little bit. So I just rub that in, and it works beautifully just to relax it and let me fall asleep without thinking about the soreness.
Yeah, absolutely. Rashid? No, I'm just kidding. Rashid's not in his little box.
Larry, we have a couple requests to see those guns.
Right.
There you go. Boom! It needs some
Didn't
extra
look like
cream.
that before he worked here, Jamie. How about it? It was like $1.30. It was nothing.
My daughter was down here working out with us, and she says, "Who's that guy that's real ripped?" I said, that's your dad. She goes, no, the guy on the screen.
Guy in the box below him. Yeah.
But one product that I'm going to use tonight, because I know the last few days I didn't use it, and I could tell, is sleep time. So I usually take that with one or two of the gummies at night before bed. So I might have to take two sleep time tonight. That always helps me sleep through the night, because I noticed the last few nights I've been waking up quite a bit. So if you're not sleeping or falling asleep, or even worse, you wake up during the night, sleep time will help you fall asleep and help you sleep through the night, a good quality sleep.
And let's hear from Melinda. We never get to hear from her. She's new to Nutritional Frontiers. I'm going to make her get up. Come forward. Here she comes. So we know that you're the new person in town. Do you have any favorite products? She also has birds, so you're going to hear them in the background.
I love that.
I covered them so they're quiet. Well, I love the calm day. I love the calm day whenever I'm a little bit wound tight, I guess. But I started taking a lot of products when I started working there. So a nice arsenal, I call it Jamie's regimen. So I just take everything he's taking.
One cup of pills.
My secret stash is going down quicker. I didn't realize you were
Yeah.
helping yourself, but hey, they're free game, right? Fair game.
That's right. That's why I look so good.
I love it. You got the glasses off and everything.
I can't do yoga with glasses on.
Yeah, it's hard. It is hard.
They fall
I
off.
got mine right
Yeah,
here.
I was challenged with him having him on.
But it was really great, Kara. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you guys all doing it, and it means a lot to me. I like sharing this with everyone because it's given a lot to me in my life, and any little bit helps. If, you just do 5 minutes every day. It's better than no 5 minutes, right?
What about we got Chris Blocker and her sister on there, it looks like today.
Sister, her daughter.
Sister, daughter, it's hard to tell. She looks so young.
Both.
Hi.
Hi. I use the Med Complete because Tracy can attest that I'll text her and be like, oh my gosh, my muscles are twitching. Please help me. And she's like, oh my, take the Med Complete. And it really works. And every once in a while, I do the lemon CBD oil. And that seems to calm me down too.
As Mikey G would call it, mellow yellow. Hey, you know what? If he's not here to defend himself, this is the perfect time. Okay, Kim.
Yellow. That's awesome.
Kim is the most dedicated supplement taker I've ever come across. Like, she never misses a day. You're unmuted now, Kim, so let's see if we can hear you.
Oh,
I'm not sure if she's muted or we're muted. You're unmuted on my end, Kim. She's so calm, we can't hear her. She's like a whisper.
And I see she's sporting a Joe DeFranco shirt.
Listen, one syllable
go.
sounds like, wait, just show me the bottle, Kim. We'll just go with that. So last but certainly not least, Madam President, are you here?
oh.
Is she not with us now? Michaela? She
Turn
left.
on the camera.
I am. I'm gonna prompt her. I unmuted her, so all's fair.
Uh-oh, get ready. We may see.
Yeah, I don't know where she went. Maybe Momo had to go somewhere. But this has been awesome, Kara. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Thank
Kara.
You're welcome. It was so much fun.
So great practice. And tomorrow, I'm sure everybody will be sore thinking of you. So thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
This
See
was
you
awesome.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye, team.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kara.
See
You're
ya.
welcome. See you
I guess-
tomorrow.